you.
I got it.
You. Oh, wait. We can't. I can dress up for Halloween. Hold on. Ah.
I'm trying to.
Uh,
I haven't. No.
ah. I'm Kylo Ren from Star Wars.
All you did was pick up a lightsaber.
That's all I needed to do.
That's like me picking up this freaking leaf blower and saying I'm dressed up as a lawnmower. God,
Congratulations. You're a fucking
that's what I dressed up as.
you're a leaf blower. Hold on.
No, I dressed up as a gardener.
All
And
right,
you're
that wasn't good enough for you. How about what if I hold on. Ah, what if I picked up this battle axe and
yeah,
I
that was
and I use this one instead?
good. So you're who uses a battle axe?
Kratos from the God of War game. Um we do a secret Santa at work and I do my best to like come up with the most random shit possible. So the new employees have to buy me something like random.
I remember you telling me that last year.
Yeah, and 2 years ago was a lightsaber. This last year was Kratos's axe. Uh, so
Didn't you have a
we
you
had
had
a
a Mar,
marketing,
right?
huh?
You had a Mar, right? Last
Yeah,
year?
last year I had a Mar. So we had a fucking we had a meeting. It was just me fucking standing in the corner with this axe. Not very professional, is it?
Hey
Uh,
bro, I can already feel the energy is a lot different at 7.
I
Like
feel
at that,
so much better.
or
I
not
mean,
even 7.
I feel so much refreshed. If the battle axe wasn't good enough for you, um,
Round 3.
I have. Hold on.
Power Ranger.
I have this sword. Uh,
Jack Sparrow.
I don't know, but it's got a dragon on it. So I think it's more of like a medieval sword. These are all weapons just sitting on my floor in my room. Yeah. Whenever I don't really want anything for Christmas, I just come up with like, or like a holiday or like a birthday or something. I just come up with like the most outlandish shit. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want a sword. Why would I not want a sword?
I'm trying to think what you could get now.
Um, Probably like a Spider-Man mask. I think I want a Spider-Man mask. I've been playing that Spider-Man game. That's what I want. Or I want like I would love like a football jersey. I don't have any jerseys. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
But who would I pick? It would probably be Rodgers, right?
yeah.
Or Burrow, I guess. Anyways, let's get right into this fucking episode. I mean, I feel we're back to film. We're back to our regularly scheduled program. We're back to nights. Thank God. I feel so much better. And when we're done here, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna eat some dinner. Um, my mom sent a text in my group chat with me and my dad, and I was at school all day. I finally got home and I pulled in and then I went to the gym and I'm back in the gym, fucking gains. It's on that elliptical for like 45 minutes, and my mom texted and she was like, "Hey, we're out of propane, and if you guys, I need somebody to go get the propane tank." And my dad was like, "Fuck no," and I was like, "Oh, I'm at home. I mean, because I didn't want to get home and go back out and get another propane tank and come home again." And she was like, "Well, here's your options. You can either go get a propane tank or you can eat taco salad." And I don't know if you ever had taco salad before, but it's terrible. So, I made a game time decision. So I don't know what she's concocting down there, but I'm hoping it's better than taco salad. Um,
Propane tank. That's for the grill, right?
it's for the barbecue pit.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's cold outside.
Excuse me, I'm hydrating. Um, so barbecue pit still turns on.
I guess. I feel like most people don't grill or barbecue when it's cold outside.
You can go out there and freeze her ass off if she's gonna cook something nice. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not gonna bug you.
Yeah, it don't bother me at all. I'll be up here. I'm all right. We gotta go. Fuck, Nick. I mean, I haven't seen you outside of the podcast in so long. Well, since the KSI fight.
Yeah.
We gotta go to a movie or something. There's no movies out, but we gotta go see a movie or something.
Yeah, what the hell are we supposed to go watch? Trolls or whatever the hell's out.
Well, that Leonardo DiCaprio, because I'm into movie reviews now. I'm reviewing movies now, and I think I'm gonna review like video games and shit too. Um, I gotta post like more videos on the channel. That's how we're gonna get the algorithm on our side. I gotta post more shit. So that's my game plan. But um, I I don't know. That Leonardo DiCaprio movie came out. That looks pretty good.
What's it about?
I don't know.
Dude, I literally have no idea. Like,
Um, there is the Hunger Games prequel that's coming out pretty soon. That looks pretty.
wasn't the main guy Peter? Wasn't he in the movie you reviewed?
Yeah, he was, and I'm not kidding. There was like three good things about the movie. There was Josh Hutcherson who played Peeta. There was Matthew Lillard who played the main villain of, and I don't know if you probably never played the games. I played the games a little
Yeah,
bit, and
I
then
have. I have.
and it was, oh, you did? So it was like back when the games were like supposed, like it was like the scariest thing, right? But like I stopped playing the games, so I fell off the games. And I guess whenever I fell off the games, it became like an attraction for like children and furries. And I don't know if you know what a furry is. It's like one of those fucking weirdos that dress up as dogs and shit.
Cap.
Um, so like that's what it's all about now, I guess. Um, the first like 45 minutes when they were like trying to be scary, like that was good. Josh Hutcherson's good in the movie. The animatronics look great because the people who did them were the same people who do the Muppets. Um and they look great. Like that's all they do. They just sit around and make fucking like Muppets and shit. So they're good at it. And then Matthew Lillard, the villain, who did you ever see like the old Scooby Doo like live action movie?
I saw one Scooby Doo movie, but
Was it animated? You
no, I've
probably,
seen actually. There's two not animated, right?
yeah, I think so. There's two of them.
I've seen both of them, but I don't remember them really.
The guy who plays Shaggy, um, is the main villain of this movie.
I know who that is.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard, and he also played the main villain in the original Scream movie. Um, back when those movies were good. And I mean, people still like. I don't know. I think horror is not really our genre. But anyway, the Hunger Games movie's coming out, and that's exciting. And then there was one more I forgot about. Oh, the Napoleon movie. We're definitely going to see that. My dad just yelled at me.
What's he saying?
I don't know. He just goes, Ian. Probably that taco salad's probably ready.
What is that? Just like I've never had that.
Have you ever had like a taco?
Yeah, this.
Imagine that, but without like the shell
So just the meat.
and like lettuce and I don't know.
You can add. I've actually had stuff like that. You can add stuff to it to make it good.
Yeah, I'm out. I want the shell, but I'm on keto, so I can't eat like that shit. All right, hold
Yeah,
on. I'll be right back. I gotta fucking deal with this now. Talk to the audience.
that's not my strong suit.
That's your thing. Do it. Do it. Do it.
No way, you asshole. Uh,
Oh my god. What are you
Mhm.
doing?
Is he back?
No. Ow.
What?
Okay. Okay, so I ran into a quandary. Dinner was ready, okay, and it wasn't taco salad. Thank fucking God. Um,
What was it?
it was a steak. You can't hear me because my microphone's over. You can hear me a little bit. It was steak.
It made almost no difference.
Makes a little bit of difference. Oh man, I wonder if it's gonna like echo.
When you eat,
No, because I got my mic attached,
it's not.
and I don't have like.
It sounds good to me.
I don't know. I sure hope not. If it does, this is gonna be a rough episode for the viewer because we're not turning back now.
Bro, what if you like choke live, like on this podcast?
What if you did what?
Like if you just start choking.
You'd have to finish it.
All right, guys, that wraps up this episode. I guess you'll know if Ian dies or not if we post next week. I have no social media accounts, so I won't be able to let you know what happens. So
You'll just know that way. If we're, I mean, if it's, if I'm in the hospital, we'll just film in like the hospital or something.
well, if you choke and just die, I think choking is one of those things where like you don't go to the hospital and stay there. You either die on the spot or you're fine in two
What's the,
minutes.
I mean, what's the damage?
I don't think there's any
Great how like we have expanded to talk about 50,000 fucking things in the first 17 minutes because I'm not exhausted.
damage. And you don't have a runny nose.
Yeah, and I don't have a fucking runny nose. Like literally, whenever we film in the morning, if we're supposed to film at 9, 8:57 rolls around. My bed is right there. I just roll out of bed, open up my laptop that's sitting exactly where it is, and just sit down. And I'm like, all right, here we go. And fucking
Yeah,
then supposed to start running. It's terrible, dude.
we're already off topic. So many things.
We'll find it. I'll just throw this all in the intro. It's fine.
I just want to let you know I didn't say a word when you were gone.
That's unbelievable.
I just like was looking at what's in the garage that I'm in. That looked green. That did not look like.
That's not steak. That wasn't the steak. My steak's right here. I'm gonna eat the steak after we're done. Cause like I can't cut steak and hold a microphone and eat the fucking, and it's highly unprofessional.
What hand do you cut the steak with? Like, what hand do you hold the knife with?
Well, I'm not very good at cutting to begin with.
I'm not either.
But I use my right hand. You're supposed to be your dominant hand.
I was gonna say I use my left hand, but then like when I start to think about it, I start to use my right hand, if that makes sense.
You're left-handed though.
I know that's what it makes like I'm an idiot. Like I double think it to where I can't use my left hand and I gotta go to the right.
I know some people like that. Like Brett, he plays golf with left-handed clubs, but he's right-handed.
Yeah. Or like
Doesn't make,
baseball.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Um, the so like I got this. I'm not gonna throw people's personal lives out there, but somebody's helping me out with like finalizing my resume, and
It's
she's
me.
like super. It's Nick. Um,
That's why he's not. That's
yeah,
why he's nowhere.
she's like very good at as I'm getting ready to like finish college. She made me sound like she was fantastic. Made me sound like way more professional than I actually am. But she put this show in there. Because like I'm gonna be like trying to get like a media job. Like
Let's get him canceled, guys.
what I want to do. But like I was like sitting here and was like, should I leave the fucking podcast in there? Like, that sounds like a terrible idea.
No.
But like, also, if you're going to get like a media job where like I'm running like social media shit and like running content, like we have a pretty big body of work. We've gotten fucking 160,000 views,
Yeah,
but we cuss a lot. And by we, I mean me.
I
So
cussed it.
yeah, but like I'm every sentence. I'm an
Well,
every sentence.
you talk more. You're like 80% of, so like you're gonna be 80% of the cussing.
I'm a fucking every sentence type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
But like, uh, you know when they say when people cuss a lot, they have like a low vocabulary. I'm part of that, so I'm not gonna lie.
I but I cuss a lot, and I
So
might
like,
have a low vocabulary, but I'll tell you what, I'm a phenomenal essay writer.
that's what I'm saying. Like you have good wording. Like I don't. I'm
No
better at math,
one, no
but
one
like,
can fucking touch me when it comes to essay writing. All right.
you know what I wonder? You know who I wonder like what his essay would look like? Is John.
You know what Chat GBT is?
No, is that like where they write it for you?
Yeah, it's like AI.
Maybe you should go in there.
Yes,
Well,
that. He has. If John had to write an essay about how popular the Blues are, he would type in Chat GBT, how popular are the Blues? And then I would do the exact same thing, and I would get the same exact essay.
huh.
Um,
But I just wonder if you like know how to format it right, because like there's certain essays for different things.
yeah, it has to be APA style or MLA style or
Yeah, I know MLA mostly.
college is a lot of APA.
Is it really?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's the same shit.
I feel like I used that once. I can't remember it, but
It's the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter. It's so stupid. Anyway, we gotta get in the program. This has been 25 minutes of intro.
we
We're
can
just kicking it off hot. We gotta get into our NFL Week 9 predictions real quick here.
let's get it.
I'm gonna rattle them off. The Tennessee Titans versus the Steelers.
Steelers.
Give me what are the Steelers' record?
I don't even know. I know they just lost to the Jaguars and their quarterback got hurt, but he wasn't that good.
Give me the Titans. Will Levis. Did you see that shit? That guy's a dog. 4 touchdowns. I know we dogged him at the draft, but it looks like it's one game sample size, but it looks like they like fixed his interception issue. And if they did, he's gonna be great.
It's one game, but
It's one
yeah.
game, but I want to see him win. Dolphins versus the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Vikings versus the Falcons. That's gonna be a terrible game. Give me the Falcons.
Falcons.
Yeah, Vikings got nothing anymore. Bears versus Saints. Give me the Saints.
Bears.
LA Rams versus the Packers. Give me the Rams.
Packers.
Commanders versus the Patriots. Give me the Commanders.
Patriots.
Seahawks versus the Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
Seahawks.
Buccaneers versus the Texans. Give me the Texans.
Buccaneers.
Cardinals versus the Browns. Give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Colts versus the Panthers. Give me the Colts.
Colts.
Giants versus the Raiders. Give me the Raiders.
Raiders.
Cowboys versus the Eagles. Give me the Cowboys. Oh, sorry,
Eagles.
Eagles. I'm not paying attention. My bad. Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles. Okay. Bills versus the Bengals.
Oh, Bengals.
It depends. If they can do what they did last year and like he's ready to go, like fully ready to go, he's still warming up into it. I'm gonna actually take the
Dude, it's
Bengals. I'm gonna take the Bengals.
close. Is that Monday night?
No, that's the last game Sunday. Monday night's Jets versus Chargers. Ooh, that's a slapper right there. We should watch that one live.
Yeah. Chargers.
Chargers.
I like the Chargers, but they don't know how to win games.
Yeah, and I think the Jets are still kind of waking up from that bye week.
Yeah.
Listen,
Did they win? Did they win this last week?
yeah, they went to OT and won.
Damn.
Yeah, Zach Wilson woke the fuck up and threw a fucking laser. I think threw like a couple lasers or something like that.
Aaron's coming back. Then they're winning.
Yo, yo. One, we gotta briefly talk about this. The amount of Achilles injuries that are happening. I don't know if Minnesota played that game on turf or not. Was it in Lambeau? It was in Lambeau. I think they're on grass.
Yeah, I think they're grass.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. The amount of like injuries to really big players this season is wild. Burrow came in hurt. Aaron tears his Achilles. Kirk Cousins tears his Achilles. Nick Chubb's leg is at a fucking 90-degree angle. Dobbins. T. Higgins was hurt for a little bit there. Odell Beckham Jr. was hurt for a little bit. Might still be hurt. Tannehill's out, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So, I mean, Will Levis is playing, so Tannehill, something's going on. So, Jimmy Garoppolo is out for a couple days. A lot of concussions. Oh, fucking Anthony Richardson's out for the season.
That's the Colts quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. The new draft pick. He's out. This is crazy.
I mean, it's football though, but yeah.
It's just weird that's happening to like all the big guys. Or like all the, I mean,
It's just kind of it's surprising that like Aaron, like for it to happen to Aaron Rodgers and like Kirk Cousins when they don't explode really ever. That's rare.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, that was probably turf because his foot got. I mean, you could see. I don't know. I'm not gonna like sit here. It was probably turf because his leg. I mean, you could see his foot kind of get stuck in there.
Yeah.
It was like he was just kind of stepping off. I think I didn't see the play, but I saw like they played like a re slow mo of his calf and how it fucking like vibrates.
Which one is this? Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins?
Both. So Kirk, they played the slow mo for Kirk too, and you could see the same thing happen up his calf that happened to Rodgers.
I can't stand those. Are so nasty.
Yeah, it's gross, and I feel bad for Kirk too because I watched that QB show.
He's actually, yeah, I watched that too.
Such a nice guy, dude.
He really like. They're such a good family.
Yeah, he can never he can never be mad at anything. Like he is literally, it's just so sad. Like you just want to see him to succeed.
He's actually good too. Like
he was heating up this year. I mean, he's an average not average. He's a slightly above average quarterback. He's top 10. Like
yeah,
with
they'll get you to the playoffs. Maybe one playoff win if you get lucky.
Yeah, like he's not fucking like the I don't even know who the Falcons quarterback is. Like he's not that. But
yeah,
he's not going on a MVP tour or anything like that. But you still want to see him win just because how fucking nice he is.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. I mean, wishing the best of luck to him. His season's probably over, even if he gets on the classic Aaron Rodgers treatment. But yeah, that sucks, man. You hate to see it. Also, speaking of Achilles, maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm totally biased. He's fucking coming back, dude. Like, I don't know how, and I would have never predicted this ever. Watching him walk with no limp and drop back and shuffle to throw passes this week.
Dude.
6 weeks off out of a complete tear, a complete rupture is insane. That's insane. He's 40. He's fucking 40.
I have trouble watching that video though. It's just like every time he steps back, I just imagine like it hurts. Like he's
like scared. Do you think he's doing it for attention?
No, I don't. First off, I don't think he gives a shit about stuff like that.
I don't think he cares either. I know like everybody and their mother want to fucking look at Aaron out there passing because he wants to.
There's so many like Aaron Rodgers fans that like even if he doesn't want stuff posted like that, it's gonna get posted.
Yeah, and I think like I mean, he's ultra competitive.
Yeah,
I mean, he wants back so bad. And there's like, he's on track to be back by mid-December. That's fucking crazy.
dude, if they can make the playoffs,
Like, again, it's wishful thinking because you don't know how good he's gonna be coming off of that. But also, it's like, he can throw.
yeah,
What's he got to do? Throw a couple fucking passes to Garrett Wilson? I don't.
it,
And he's seeing like he does interviews and he's like, yeah, I'm not coming back until I know I can protect myself in the pocket. And he's got world class fucking trainers and surgeons and like what I mean, he does 5 hours of rehab a day. He does the blood circulation cuff to limit the restriction. He's probably got stem cells out the ass. You're gonna see the progression. It's gonna because he said this too on the Pat McAfee show. The progression instead of being like fucking like this, it's gonna just kind of be like this for a little bit. Because once you're in the crutches, and then you got to get out of the boot, or you got to get out of the boot, and then you got to get off the crutches, and then you got to start walking in a shoe, and then you got to start walking without a limp. He's at the point where he's walking without a limp. And I was like, I saw that clip of him hopping off the golf cart and like walking in the locker room. I was like, oh my God, he's not limping anymore. That's super cool. And then I saw the video of him dropping back and like shuffling a little bit.
yeah,
Fucking crazy. In 3 weeks, he's going to be running sprints on the field to warm up with the guys. I don't like.
dude, it's that's crazy because like,
It's insane. It's
eh,
insane. And if he comes back, it's not even me being biased. It would be one of the biggest comebacks in sports history.
dude, in basketball, like when now I think like different DNA, between the basketball players like Aaron Rodgers, but like it takes a year for them to come back.
It takes normally. I don't what he's doing now. People have come back in 4 months before, but nobody's come back and by people I mean like I can count them.
Athletes, yeah.
Um, I mean, he's on track to come back just at 4 months,
That's probably his goal, but well,
and he's fucking Nick. He's 40. There is no reason, rhyme or reason whatsoever that he should be capable of doing what he's doing today. Like,
yeah.
it doesn't make sense at all. And like you and I talked about it at the beginning of the season, we were like, if he came back, it would be fucking late January. There's no way. It
I
would be
still don't think he'll feel. Actually, I don't know if he can drop back like he's doing. Fuck, I feel like he's already got past the hard part.
I think he can't like you and I talked when he tore it, I was like, all right, season's done. It just like it sucks. But like watching him do what he's doing, it's like I'm like a full believer now. Like I'm like, this fucking guy might actually
I
come back.
just, I just hope he's not like rushing it too much, and then he like
Yeah.
re-tears it even
That's my
worse,
biggest fear too. My biggest fear is he's rushing and he's gonna come back and he's gonna re-tear it. But
even worse.
I think like I don't like I like they gotta clear him. And,
Yeah,
and like he's not gonna be 100%. He's probably gonna be 80%, something like that. But he doesn't need to. I don't
I just
know.
get, I don't know. I just feel like in the playoffs though, like each game, there's got to be like three big runs, where he's got to run for a first down.
Yeah. We're gonna
So,
be if he comes back
dude,
and we're watching it, you and I are gonna be fucking nervous.
I don't care. Even if like it's not even just him. Like when I'm watching Kirk Cousins next year, it's gonna be scary.
I'll be all right after Kirk because I know that uh he'd have a year. Uh
Yeah,
Rogers coming back in fucking
four, 4 months.
160 days. Okay, bud.
That just seems crazy. How's the steak?
My God.
You know what you got to do? You got to go find a vegan Zoom call and start eating that in there. Have you ever seen
Well,
people eating?
anyway, So also to kind of touch on some of the NFL stuff that happened this week. So Joe Burrow's back.
Yeah, I was completely wrong about them. I don't get how you can look like total dog shit for 3 weeks. Like they were terrible. They couldn't even run a play to just killing the 49ers.
Um, and I like beat the shit out of the 49ers. They dog walked them, dude.
I know. I didn't watch that game, but I saw they score like 24.
Like, I think it's crazy how we're like it flips a switch where it's like Joe Burrow's washed and he's gonna have a bad year to he's the second best quarterback in the league.
He literally flips it every year. It's like, why would they pay him this money to like holy shit?
That's why
He's
I was literally
better than
sitting
Mahomes.
there. I told you, dude. I was like, give it a couple weeks. I mean, they start a little later than I was like anticipating, but they're gonna be great every week from now. They did this last year.
Did you watch the 49ers game?
I had it on the background. I was at, but yeah,
Like I watched them play the Seahawks. They still didn't look their offense didn't look that good. Like they looked good. I remember the first 2 drives against the Seahawks and nothing else. But dude, the way they just flipped that switch, it's crazy. No one else can do it.
I don't know. It's crazy, and it's not only him, dude. It's like Joe Mixon's in the fucking game now.
It's like, dude, their whole team.
Like
The
that.
defense is like,
Crazy.
all right, we're playing too.
It's like it, and he was. I mean, he was making runs. He was making throws that were incredible. He's back. It's just the weirdest thing. Like my dad and I were talking a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Your team's dog shit. They're never getting to the playoffs." And I was like, "One, they're not really my team. I have like 3 teams, and 2 of them are dog shit." Well, I was like, "Well, I mean, you're wrong. Like, how many times are we gonna do this?"
I
He's
can't.
he's the
It's still
second best quarterback in the league. He's
sometimes. No, I
incredible.
don't know about that. I would take Jalen Hurts over him.
You, my friend, are out of your mind.
I know, to be fair, Jalen Hurts has like the best offensive line and shit, but still, I think I like Jalen Hurts. But
I think Joe Burrow's insane.
I didn't watch him this week, but he's looked like every game I've watched him, he's looked terrible.
He's looked fucking ass all season. And then
Except against the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are terrible, so I didn't count that game.
I didn't count that game either. He looked better against the Seahawks.
He looked terrible. Well, he looked good the first 2 drives and then bad.
Oh, I can't remember the game. I thought it was
They like the first 2 drives, they looked really good. I'm like, oh, they're back, and then they didn't do shit the rest of the game, but somehow still won.
It was a teaser.
Yeah, but then he flips the switch, and it's like, then he does look like the second best quarterback in the league.
The Bills game's gonna be hard though.
I don't know. Sometimes the Bills look like they're Super Bowl playoff teams, and then they always play to their competition.
They looked dog shit playing the Giants last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many times you want me to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can keep having the same conversation about Josh Allen, but I mean, we'll all just be reminded whenever January comes around.
He's good though. Good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good until he's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying not to be biased. But it's like Nick,
He's got to win. He's got to win in the playoffs.
Let me put it this way. I've seen the movie Talladega Nights 100 times.
Yeah, we've watched that together.
I love it. It's my favorite movie ever. I've seen the whole Josh Allen Buffalo Bills story movie a million times too. Funny enough, they never go back after it's filmed and change the ending. And and he's got Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. He's got a new tight end.
Great.
Yeah.
Still Josh Allen. He's phenomenal. Till he's not. I remember, like, it's the funniest thing. Joe Burrow flips the switch to be phenomenal. Josh Allen flips a switch to be dog.
Yeah.
It's like,
He just gotta, yeah.
and
We'll
I
see.
want the Bills to win. I do. If the Bengals are eliminated, but or the Jets are eliminated. That's really it. If they played the Chiefs, I would want them to beat the Chiefs. But like,
Yes.
I've seen this before. I know how this ends. And after like the last year at the playoffs, whenever the Bengals walked into your house and it was snowing
Fucked you.
and literally like spit on you, that was all the proof that I needed. I hate to hurt people's feelings,
Yeah.
but
We'll have to see.
they could win. I think they might win on Sunday because I
The
think
Bills.
the Bengals are still kind of.
Yeah, but like it's really doesn't matter between like for Josh Allen's story to change, like you say, he's got to win in the playoffs.
That's true. Well, they have to get to the playoffs first.
Like Joe Burrow, the reason like he can start shit is because the last 2 years they went in the playoffs.
I don't know, man. We could see a massive upset this weekend.
Wait,
Speaking of
who?
massive upsets,
All right, we'll get on. I know. Sorry, I interrupted it. I was just confused.
what were you gonna ask? What was the
I was just you said we could have a massive upset this weekend, and
the Bills beating the Bang? I don't know if that's a massive upset. Or
but
one game we could see a massive upset. Oh yeah, let's briefly talk about the Packers. It's over.
that's not. It's only his first year.
Oh no, I'm not mad at Jordan Love. He's the guy. I'm so sure of it.
I'll go get it. I was gonna say it's his first year. Teams got film on him.
No, he's the guy. I'm sure of it. Um, what do you want him to do? How is he supposed to succeed there? What have you haven't put anything around him? The fucking oldest player on that team is Aaron Jones, and he's like 28.
Is Christian
By the
Watson?
way, he's also their best player, but it's hard to tell because you don't give him the fucking ball. Christian Watson, I don't know what happened to him. I think we should start putting his face on like milk cartons whenever they distribute to school because he's been missing in action this entire season and he's playing. Wanna know why, Nick? It's because all these wide receivers are inexperienced. Aaron Rodgers coming off of his MVP season and he had the broken hand and he had the fucking broken ribs, were able to drag them to a playoff. Not they missed the playoffs, was able to drag them to the brink of playoff spots. But if he struggled to succeed here, why am I supposed to I'm not gonna blame
Yeah,
Jordan Love. That's ridiculous. Do you know who's really to blame?
GM.
Well, he's an issue, but that head coach spot, that seat's getting a little fucking hot. And also, how the defensive coordinator has stayed in Green Bay this entire time, despite being shit last year and being shit this year, is unbelievable to me. But I will say he held the Vikings to 24 points, which should give the Packers enough wiggle room to do something, anything, but they can't. And Jordan Love is gonna struggle. He's a fucking rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
But he doesn't have a target. Who's he gonna throw to?
Aaron really took like their whole team. He took Cobb. He took who's that guy?
Alzard.
Yeah, he's like you can have Watson, but I'm taking the other top
But
two
that's what Matt LaFleur wanted.
to go
If
young.
they literally should have went and fucking bought DeAndre Hopkins. I don't understand, and I get it, he's older. You needed an
Yeah,
experienced fucking wide receiver. And I get it, like Christian Watson's really fast, and he was great last year, but he runs the wrong routes. So does all of them because they're all inexperienced. The difference is that Aaron Rodgers was experienced enough to slot that ball into him at a very fun, and he didn't do it all the time, by the way.
yeah.
Because it was hard. How do you succeed there? Matt LaFleur is a terrible play caller. And I hate to come on here and be like, hey, so the head coaching spot, you got to go. Because, like, they had 2 great back-to-back years, but they had 2 great back-to-back years when he had Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
The Jordan Love experiment is on him. And if you want him to succeed, which I think he can succeed, I've seen flashes of really great things from Jordan Love. You have to give him something. You just have to. Nick, our high school football team couldn't fucking roll into the NFL and start kicking ass. They need weapons.
Our high school football team won like 4 games the whole time we were there.
Yeah, I think they're winning now, I guess. I don't know. I try not to pay too much attention to all that shit. But what I'll say, by the way, they have like a social media account where they talk shit on all the other schools. It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I gotta go look at
It's so funny. It's like I don't know what it's called, but it's
wait, you can't say it, but
I can't say it, but it's hilarious. And I just want to know, like whoever's running that Instagram page, I can't believe that it hasn't gotten taken down by the school yet, but good on you, because it's funny as shit. But anyways, like
yeah.
I'm not gonna blame Jordan. And when you look at their schedule, there's not a win on there till December.
But you know what? It's a learning year. So
yeah, you know what I learned?
what?
Matt LaFleur likes to fuck this team in the ass. That's what I learned. Dude, go get an experienced fucking wide receiver. What are you doing? It's the same conversation we had when Aaron was here. And, like, I get it. Like, I was mad when Jordan Love got fucking drafted because I was like, you were just in the fucking NFC Championship game. Why would you not go get a weapon? Why would you literally get his replacement? But I see Jordan Love, and he has flashes, and he does things that look a lot like Aaron Rodgers, and I like watching him play. But it's the same frustrations that we had last year. He's the leading rusher. And you have Aaron Jones on your team. He's a Pro Bowler. I think he's a Pro Bowler. He's an insane running back, and he can't get the ball. I don't get it. I don't understand. So, listen, Green Bay's a bottom 5 team.
Yeah, they really are.
Point blank, period. They're not making the playoffs unless something like drastic changes. And I get it's a learning year, but it's like you're failing at evaluation because you don't put pieces around Jordan Love to show how like good he can be. Your offensive line is decimated. How are you supposed poor fucking kid, man. Like I was as pissed as anybody when they drafted him, but now he's in the spotlight. I'm like, all right, let's see what he's got. You feel bad for him.
Yeah, they got nothing.
Give him a chance. Fucking get and I just feel bad because I don't want them to fucking. He's already taken so much shit over the last 4 years.
Are you really? Yeah.
From me included, by the way. And I feel bad for him because it's because you wanted it. I wanted Aaron to succeed in the spot, and the draft pick that they took instead that could have helped them tremendously. But they didn't. They decided to go with the route that they have. And now that he's here and he's playing and I've seen flashes, I'm like, all right, let's see what he's got. And I get they weren't it was going to be a fucking gamble if they made the playoffs anyway. But getting 4 wins the whole season, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And you're literally failing at evaluation because the coaching's been bad. The fucking wide receiver room's been bad. The running, the play calling's bad. The defense, Jair Alexander. There's so much talent on that defense, by the way. And the fact that they're as bad as they are is unbelievable. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Hopefully they're able to turn things around and we see some big upsets from Green Bay. But speaking of upsets, we're going to run this transition back for a second time. Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury happened this last weekend. And, I'm just going to, I guess, did we ever talk about the fight?
Yeah, we mentioned it, but like me and you were like, "Oh, Fury's gonna kick his ass."
Yeah. So he deserves it, right? Like, hold on.
We can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
You know what? Go fuck yourself. I mean, honestly,
I think
it was
it
too
was like
loud.
block. It was yeah, it was blocking it out.
Yeah. Let me cut off another piece of my steak real quick. Hold on.
No, you're good. I'm excited to hear you talk about the fight because I didn't watch it. I haven't watched any highlights either. I'm
God.
kind of hoping. I'm hoping YouTube posts it on there for free. Jackasses haven't done it yet.
Um, Francis Ngannou. I apologize. I mean, I would have bet my mortgage on that you were gonna get dog walked in this fight.
I would have too.
But you pulled it out. You lost, but you didn't really. But why? How would I have known? Have you seen highlights at all?
No, I really didn't watch anything. I haven't watched him knock him. The only thing I know is what you told me. I'm trying to. I tell you, I'm waiting for YouTube.
Dude, he looked like a tactical boxer.
He had Mike Tyson train him. Mike Tyson's about to get like paid to train.
He looked great. I mean, he looked great. And maybe it was Tyson didn't train hard enough and he didn't fucking pay attention. And everyone knows that Tyson Fury has not exactly been the most likable guy the past couple months. But as far as who had the bigger moments in the fight, it was extremely close if you want to put it on a point differential. One judge gave it 96-93 Tyson. That's fucking insane. By the way, brief mention, I believe the boxing administration, or the commission that ran this fight was the PBA. The PBA did the Misfits Prime card.
Oh,
Not a great look. And Ngannou has filed for an appeal. Also, all the Misfits appeals will be happening on Friday, the court for it, despite not the main event. So we'll know some, which is like, the fuck. So we'll know all the appeal decisions by Friday, except KSI Fury. That's going to take a little more time. Francis looked phenomenal. They're already starting talks for Francis versus Deontay Wilder. That's a
oof.
banger. They canceled Fury versus Usyk.
That was yeah.
Well, they didn't cancel it. They changed the date, and they expect it to happen in late January or February, but they
He
haven't like
needs
settled
he,
on a
he
date.
needs more rest time.
Yeah, it's TBD. AKA, I have no faith that this fight's gonna happen. And you could see Usyk. He was in the crowd. He was like giving advice to Tyson on what to do because he could see $100 million disappear from his fucking eyes immediately. But I mean, dude, I don't know if you've seen Tyson's face. It's fucking. He got.
What was it? His left eye was bruised.
Yeah. I mean,
I think.
Francis hits so fucking hard. I mean, now Deontay Wilder hits harder, but Francis is like everything hurts. Like, I mean, he just looked great. He set up the jab. Tyson, every time he got close, he got smoked. He tried to lean on Francis and hooked.
That's probably the biggest difference. Because Francis is a lot more built than Deontay Wilder, right?
He tried to put his weight on Francis. That didn't work.
Francis is like,
Because
hell no.
Francis is a fucking MMA fighter. He tried to put he I mean the jab didn't work because every time Tyson would throw his jab or come in to throw a right, Ngannou the whole fight was setting up this left hook, this left counter hook. Because Tyson comes in with the right, that means Francis's left can come over the
Yeah,
right. maybe Tyson thought that Francis was going to gas. I don't know, but
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to watch it.
it was crazy. I mean, like, it was a close fight. Like, I got it, but like, as far as who had the bigger moments, and if you count the knockdown, and because I had it on the background, I didn't like sit and score it because I was busy when I was watching it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought there's an argument for Francis to win, but what I can tell you is there's absolutely no argument for Tyson winning by 3 rounds. That's terrible. There's nothing. It's absolutely horrible. Like, if you want to say split decision by 1 point
Yeah.
or like whatever, I'm in. But like to say that he won, like he put 3 extra rounds on top, that's insane. You're out of your mind. So I mean, it was a good fight. Francis was super impressive. I I can't believe it. Like, I
Hey,
can't believe it at all. And I owe him an apology. And like it was technical boxing. Like, it was insane. Like, MMA fighters who go to boxing, it's a little scrappier. Him, it was like, I don't know. It was like, I can't overstate how big of a feat this is.
well, you know what I think helps is that it's heavyweights because
Oh
heavyweights
yeah.
are usually the least skilled.
Oh,
Like,
1000%. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like Ryan Garcia's way, Gervonta Davis, like those guys are so skilled.
But Tyson is like, there was conversations that Tyson was one of the greatest of all, if not the greatest heavyweight boxer ever.
Yeah,
And then people were pissed at him because after he beat Wilder, he was like, all right, let me go fucking beat up old man Derek Chisora, which I love Derek Chisora, but like, come on. It's not a shot at him. I just wanted him to fight fucking ranked fighters, not like the top contenders. He skipped out on fighting Anthony Joshua. He skipped out on fighting Usyk. He didn't want to fight Andy Ruiz. Instead, he fought 2 people that shouldn't really have gotten the title shot. He beat on them because, of course, he did. Maybe it's just we're having a conversation that Tyson Fury is not nearly as good as we thought he was.
yeah.
Uh, that could 100% be the truth. Maybe he didn't train very hard for this Ngannou fight. Or I would like to believe that Francis Ngannou was just 10 times better than what we thought, because what we saw in this boxing match, we've never seen him even close to capable of doing. He's never demonstrated that in the cage.
Hey, but I just want to say this. I think this guarantees that if they ever fought in the cage, he would fuck Tyson Fury up.
That's true. Well,
Yeah, but
you knew that before. You could have asked me
kind
that 3 years ago before I knew who Francis Ngannou was. Um, Now, what do you do next with Tyson Fury? I mean, he should fight Alexander Usyk, but
what about a rematch? I saw maybe a rematch.
it'd be possible. It's possible, but I mean, let's just get the Usyk versus Fury fight out of the way. And if Fury doesn't improve fast, that's gonna be rough. Because like Usyk's not like, he's not a power puncher. He's not massive like
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder is, but he like moves all the time, constantly. He's the most moving. He's like,
I
this is
know
a
what you're saying.
bad
He just
comparison.
doesn't stay. He just doesn't stay in one place.
No, he doesn't stay still. And
Yeah,
he throws like fucking twice as many punches as everybody else. It's crazy. So it's hard for him to lose
yeah.
decisions. Ngannou, what do you do with him next? I mean, talks for Deontay Wilder, so I guess that's a thing. But he can do whatever he wants. Um,
You can't blame him now for the money,
I mean, he made a bunch of money here,
and he
and
didn't
it
even
wasn't
get
even a
touched.
payday. He fucking won. He should have won.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. He'd be I don't know if it was for the title, but if it was and he won, he'd be the heavyweight champion of the fucking world. I mean, I mean, I love the guy. Like, his backstory is so like, and it's crazy what he did. But there was no reason to believe that he would be able to beat who we
Yeah,
thought was one of the greatest heavyweight fighters of all time. But he did. Now the question is kind of a question I want to ask you. I mean, you didn't watch the fight. Does he beat John Jones? I think so.
Oh, and I don't know. I mean, we haven't really seen John Jones against a real heavyweight, and
What are you talking about? We saw him against God. Fuck that.
dude, you know what's embarrassing? Gon got out wrestled by France. It would be interesting because I think John Jones is such a great wrestler, but obviously I would say Ngannou has boxing, so it would be interesting.
What if Francis is a good wrestler too?
That's why that fight would sell. It's a shame that we'll probably never get it.
I mean, my personal opinion is if John Jones, I mean, one, I think John Jones' career is over.
Yeah,
He's not. Please tell
they
me he's
should.
not coming. They're not going to try and do this Stipe fight in 8 months when Stipe's
I
40.
feel like they are because they. I don't think they're taking the belt away from him yet.
They're putting in the interim. They're doing the interim title.
Yeah, but that's not like the real one.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that means that whoever's the heavyweight champion has to fight the interim champion.
Yeah, so like John Jones is still the heavyweight, so like I think they'll
I got
fight
it.
each.
But will John Jones ever fight Tom Aspinall if he wins the heavyweight championship of the world?
No,
Because my personal opinion is that I think Tom Aspinall would win.
yeah, I don't know that much about Tom Aspinall. I've only seen a couple fights.
I know that
Heavyweight,
a
heavyweights are hard
dog,
to tell though.
but like whenever I look at and I'm not dogging John Jones. I think he's the greatest UFC fighter to ever live. I think he's the greatest MMA fighter, like fighter. You know what I'm saying? Not bot like, but
Yeah,
when you look at his record, a lot of it's guys who were naturally smaller than him.
yeah.
Um, and I mean that's not his fault, but it's like I want to see him fight.
And,
If he's gonna tout himself as the greatest heavyweight of all
and,
time,
and he's been caught on steroids, so that
yeah,
kind of that
that's
kind of ruins everything. You can't be the greatest, and
multiple times. Yeah, multiple times. But if you but I'm saying like skill wise, even without this, he could have beat DC without the steroids. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, just it's because body types. It's just he's so much bigger, like taller.
But I like and like I'm a John Jones hater. Just
Yeah,
anybody.
I
As
mean,
far
I feel like
as like
anyone is. The more you learn about him, it's just like wow.
yeah, the
Uh,
steroid usage was a little much for me. But I
yeah,
still am gonna like as far as from a technical standpoint, he's phenomenal. Like I'm not gonna say he's not.
oh, yeah.
And it's just a shame that he did the roids. But I want to see him fight. Like if he's gonna tout himself as the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, you don't do that by beating up 46-year-old retired Stipe.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. You do it by beating the young, hungry, fucking number 1 contender for the title, who I don't think is Tom Aspinall. I think he's number 3. But if he wins the interim championship, if he beats Tom Aspinall, I'll be like, all right.
He's the greatest.
I mean, all doubt is gone now. But like after seeing what Ngannou did, and Ngannou is stronger than John. He's fucking weighs the same as John. He is striking, phenomenal striking that we have identified now.
It would really just be the wrestling. Just how good is John Jones at wrestling?
But can John Jones even wrestle Francis with how strong he is?
That's what I'm saying. It would be interesting.
It'd be so cool to see, but we'll never get it. One, I don't think we're ever going to see John Jones fight again. 8 months. How old is John?
I don't know.
Late 30s?
I don't think he's that old. I think a lot of people think he's like a lot older because he came into the UFC so young and he won the belt so young.
Um, he's 36. He's up
That,
there.
that's crazy that he's that young though. Like you would think he's a lot older.
Yeah. But as far as like when it's time to retire from the UFC, 38, 39. You don't want to get to 40 and fight in the cage, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you're Stipe and you're pushing 50 and you're like, let's give this a shot.
Well, didn't Daniel Cormier, wasn't he 38 when he fought John Jones?
I don't know how old he was, but he
Like
was. I mean,
30.
he just fell off after he fought John, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he won after he fought John. But
Yeah,
I
he might have.
thought,
I don't know.
isn't DC like Nat? Like he was lighter than John was.
He was always in the heavyweight, and then he went down.
He cut weight.
Yeah, and like he started in the heavyweight, and then he went down.
I don't know. I think DC had a. I mean, in that fight, DC was winning the second fight.
And I've seen that fight. Yeah.
I thought he was winning. I thought he was winning before he got head kicked.
Like he was winning, but like it was kind of like John Jones was just letting him
It was
like
bullshit
yeah,
winning. Like it was in the
yeah,
clinch. It was like little pat me shots here and there, but he was
yeah.
still
But he was like he'd gas out against John Jones.
maybe. I always thought DC had a chance to win, but I thought John could have won the fights anyway. You know, but it's like Francis is so much better than I thought. Like, like I always knew that he hit hard, and that was like always the conversation. Like, oh my fucking god, what happens if John Jones goes to fight somebody who's like really big who hits really hard? Now it's like, oh my god, what if John Jones fights somebody who's really big who hits really hard who can fucking fight, dude? Like he can, dude can like he literally outboxed the heavyweight champion of in the world.
That's kind of scary to know that someone can box like that. Plus,
He outboxed him. I'm not saying Francis won. Like Connor is a great technical boxer, but he was never going to beat Floyd.
yeah, but like Floyd's like so good. That's a different story.
It's a completely different conversation. But like what Francis was able to do against Tyson Fury, regardless if we thought Tyson Fury is not as good as we thought he was, Tyson's been doing this his entire life.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen, and even we don't think he's as good as we've originally thought. We've seen him be able to technically fight, and we've never seen Francis been able to do what he did against Tyson and to do it better. He set up the jab. The left hook was timed to perfection. When Tyson got in too close, he got his fucking head uppercutted. It wasn't even all about, hey, I'm going to throw a big overhand right and hope we land, because that would have never worked.
yeah. Well, we saw that's what Wilder's plan was.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Wilder's the hardest puncher ever in the history of fighting ever. Period. He hits harder than Mike Tyson. He hits harder. What Deontay Wilder does to people is
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's crazy. It's unbelievable. But Tyson was able to find a way to get around that. So it's like we never thought it was never going to be what we thought that Francis was going to do. Big overhand rights. It's going to be kind of sloppy and slow. We're just going to hope we land one. And Tyson's going to do what he does. He's going to fucking
Wear him down.
jab out. He's going to wear him down. The only way Francis was going to beat Tyson was to literally outbox him, and he did. And the fact that he did is just unbelievable, and it's terrifying. And I like, how good is this fucking guy? He might be one of the best boxers in the world. That's scary. There's calls for him to being ranked as a top 10 fucking boxer.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's insane. But that's great. That's like me, right? That's like me being like, let me go. Wow, this is a terrible fucking. Never mind. That's a terrible analogy.
I know what you're saying.
But like, I can't believe it. I mean, like, I literally couldn't. I couldn't believe my eyes. It's like, it's one. If he would have won, it would have been one of the greatest upsets in sports history. And
I don't. You think boxing purposely gave it to Fury? Like, we can't give it to Ngannou because that'd be embarrassing for the whole sport.
There's a whole conversation there's a whole pack of worms that you can unpack with that if like boxing is truly rigged. And I don't think it is. I just think they're terrible. And
Yeah.
I think there's subjectivity on what scores what. Is it
Yeah, I think
punches? Is it because if you ask the judges who scored KSI versus Tommy, punches in the clinch don't count. But if you ask me, punches in the clinch count. But it's also like
yeah, that's like
you have to count like who lands if I fought Tyson and I landed a massive overhand right and it wobbles him, but Tyson like jabs my head off the entire round, which would never happen because I would never I would die.
yeah,
But like if who wins that round? You have to score output versus effectiveness. If I
yeah,
like, it's hard, but it's so hard to judge.
yeah.
But you just kind
Doesn't
of like if I watch the fight, I like in my head like okay, I thought that so and so won that round, but also it's like there's subjectivity on it,
yeah,
you know,
there's like little things that I feel like we just don't know.
and everything. I think every judge scores like shit differently. Like they have a different mindset of what should count or not. Like some judges will only score effective punching.
You also got to think that like I've seen the actual judges like they're on the ringside, so like they got different views. Like we got cameras, so
I
maybe
think
from
they have,
their
they have little
angle.
I think they have monitors in front of them.
Yeah, I know, but
They
from
can
like
watch.
their angle, like I always see them, they're always just watching it live. So like it might be different live.
Yeah, but I don't care. I don't care if that fucking ref smoked crack. 96-93 was insane. That's crazy. Uh, but some yeah, like shit. Some like I get it. They have different views and shit, but like sometimes with the shit is unbelievable. Like saying like literally, we talked about it a million times. Saying Tommy beat JJ in round two. This is unacceptable. There's
Yeah,
no.
like when it was his best round. Like, are we serious?
It's just unacceptable. There's no.
Like there
There's
is no
no.
way.
Like there's no way. And I think like sometimes the UFC judges get it wrong, but they do pretty well overall.
That's
Um,
because yeah, they do pretty well.
and I think they do pretty well. Like if you had those I don't know. Like I think like it's just I think the judging for box it's always been bad though. It's always been terrible.
Yeah, but
It has to be fixed because this would have been insane. It's insane regardless. But could you imagine if you won? If he won, Nick? Could you
dude,
fucking imagine?
that's why I didn't watch it. I was like, I don't feel like watching this horse shit fight.
Do you know who fucking ate a big sack of shit?
Too.
Dana White.
I love Dana White though, so I'm not gonna shit on him.
I like it when he books great. I like it when he does his job.
I think he's a great businessman.
He's a good business. Well, it depends what you consider a great business.
I like
Um,
the way he runs the company.
I like the way the company's run, and I like watching him. I sometimes it's weird. It's like I can either really like Dana White whenever he's like booking great fights and he's
Like
like
he
he's
in charge of
protecting the
the fight.
fighters and he is really good takes sometimes. But when he's beating his wife, um, I'm like,
Yeah, but
oh.
like is he in charge of booking the fights,
I think he gets
or do you think he just influences like the people like, hey, we should have this fight?
I would imagine he gets final say. He has fight bookers who will tell him, hey, I
That,
think we should
that's
do this, but I think
that's
he
the only thing better about like UFC than boxing is they have the people fight each other.
yeah. I think
Like you
he's
don't.
I think he's that's 100,000% true, and that's because he of the business that he ran, and how he's been able to do it, and I just don't agree with him, and I like it whenever, and I like that. I wish he pay his fighters a little bit more, and I wish he the Era Hawani thing or whatever, and like besides like the whole incident with his wife thing, like I would have said like he's a pretty good guy. Like it seems like he's a good guy. Um, and then like that, and I'm not getting into all that shit. But then he's also like when Francis left, he's like this fucking guy.
Yeah, you shit on him.
He literally tried to drag his stock down as much as
Oh,
humanly
he
possible.
did.
And I hate that. Why?
Yes,
Just don't talk about it.
I think he was just butthurt that Francis left.
Yeah, we couldn't fucking come up with a deal. It is what it is. Move on.
Yeah, you got to pay Francis, dude. Francis. Well, I don't know. Francis, I think wanted to go to boxing, so he probably had some hard
It was
to
it.
go.
He just wanted to go to box. He wanted to box Tyson and still come back and fight in the UFC. Dana didn't want that because he didn't think that would be bad, which everybody thought it would be bad. But it's like, why do you care if like a UFC fighter goes to fucking...
Yeah, everyone still thinks that Ngannou can kick the shit out of Fury, even if he gets his ass kicked in boxing.
Yeah, like that's the shit that I don't understand. Like the whole, like the fighter pay thing, you got to make your money. I get it. Locking them in on UFC contracts where they literally have to fight if like, because if they want to fight, they got to fight who they say. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, like when Jorge Masvidal was in the UFC and wanted to go fight Jake, if he wants to go fight Jake, let him go fucking fight Jake.
He's still in the UFC. I know he wants to box. Speaking of him, so
yeah,
he's still on the UFC contract. So
like, I like Dana on a lot of things. I don't like Dana whenever he's like butthurt about something.
Yeah.
And like,
he's usually right, but when he's wrong, he's like wrong.
He's wrong. Yeah, like I trust Dana White as far as the president of the UFC, and I like him a lot in that role. But whenever he's got his head like set on something, it's not good for anybody. And I will also appreciate that whenever like the whole like the situation happened with the wife thing, and I get it, she hit him first and he hit her, and both parties fucking terrible. You know what he did that I respect a shitload that nobody else would have done? He held a press conference and he sat there and he said, yeah, there's no fucking excuse for it. You can hate me if you want to hate me. I hate myself. And that was terrible. And he answered literally any question that came his way. I respect that a lot. I don't respect that it happened, but the fact that he's not going to hide from it. That's great. Good for him. So I like him in that aspect where he's going to take things head on, and he's a good business person, depending on what you think is ethical business, or not. But yeah, the Francis shit, like he dragged him through the fucking through the water. But like, I hope that the UFC succeeds still because they put on fantastic fights and fantastic events and fantastic shows. But I just hope that Francis comes back and fights John Jones. That's like the dream fight right now. Yeah. But nobody ate more shit than Dana. This situation. Hate to see it. But hey, I know I have a bunch of energy because it's night and I'm a lot happier.
Yeah,
but we are fucking way over time.
Hour 15.
Yeah. So we need to go ahead and wrap this one up. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore, with my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas. And on today's episode, Halloween. We nailed it. We love you. We'll see you all in the next one. Peace, love, adios, bye-bye. And, oh my God, I think you're the one. 'Cause you're like a bonfire, you're warm like the sun. You kiss like the ocean, I think you're the one. See you in my horizon, a stream I